besties, what's up? My name is Makenzie and welcome to my channel and welcome to my March TBR. First, I do want to say this is a little bit ambitious, but I do want to finish all of these. So let's start with my carryovers. Regardless of how long I've been carrying them over, I need to start finishing these books. So first, we have probably the most embarrassing carryover, Kingsbane by Claire Legrand. I've been reading this book for almost a year at this point. Like literally in 3 months it's gonna be a year. So until I finish this book, it will be on my TBR. I apologize if that gets repetitive, but this is the second book in the Imperium trilogy. The first book is Furyborn, and I loved Furyborn when I read it. As you can see, I'm a decent amount of the way through it actually. I'm on page 156. And I am loving this book, so the reason I haven't finished it is beyond me, besides the fact that I'm really scared. I think I know what's going to happen at the end of this book, just purely speculative, based on information I already have on the series from the first book. I think I know what's going to go down at the end of this book, and I'm really scared to see how we get there. So hopefully I can finish this before I've been reading it for a year, but we'll see. Next, we have The Alice 6 by Olivia Blake. I am currently 85 pages into this, and I was actually going to unhaul it last month if I didn't get to it. However, I was literally in a reading slump for the last 2 weeks of February. I think I read like 2 things. So I decided that I would give this another month. I'm actually really in the mood to read this, so I'm really excited to read this. If you don't know, basically it's about the 6 magicians that are recruited by Atlas. And basically at the end of this course, there will only be 5 that are selected, and they will be the sole protectors of the Alexandrian Library. And so far I'm really interested in it. I just haven't finished it yet. We have Unbreaking by L.D. Waters. So I wish I could give you a summary of this book, but I'm not 100% sure what it's about. This is my first read, but I did start annotating, and as you guys can see, I absolutely love this book so far. It's just I haven't made time for it, and I really want to. I actually got an arc of this book in December, and I never finished it. I was in a slump, apparently. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to read this, and I hope I'm definitely going to read this. I am really excited to read this. I think I need to get more into the meat of the story to really get sucked into the world. So I'm excited to continue on with this. Also, this cover, stunning. Love it. And there's also like art throughout the book. Maybe I'll show you the first. Like, look at that. That's so pretty. The author does all the drawings herself. And I believe she actually made this cover too. So she's super talented, and I'm really excited to read this. Next, we have a reread. One of my first. And it is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. I read this last year in December, was obsessed with it. Depressed I'm obsessed with it, but you know, it's okay. So, if you don't know, basically, this book follows our main character, Georgie, and she gets kidnapped by aliens one night. Not the big blue alien you see right here, but little green aliens that are basically running like a ring to sell human girls. So her and a bunch of other girls get kidnapped. However, they are dropped off because of an emergency on the ship, and they land on this very icy, cold land basically, and Georgie decides that enough is enough after a couple days of them eating all their food and stuff, and she goes out to find some help. In enters Vectel, and Vectel is a big blue alien, and he sees Georgie wandering around, and things ensue from there. I really love this book. I think it is so good. I love these covers. Maybe after I reread this one, I can maybe convince my husband to let me buy the next couple in this cover, because I don't like the original covers. But yeah, I really love this book. Rated at 5 stars when I read it, and yeah, I'm very excited to continue on with this. Next is a reread that I'm actually not too bothered by. Like, it sucks that I didn't finish rereading this last month, but it's okay. So we have Cherry Bomb by Carmel Rhodes. Essentially, this book follows Cherry, and she is a waitress at a famous steakhouse. And one night she goes to tend to a table with a particular guy that makes every waitress cry. And she meets Cash there. And Cash is an older, more refined gentleman than she is, or, you know, than she's used to, I guess you could say. And they strike up a conversation and they hook up for what she thought was going to be a one-night stand at the beginning, but it slowly turns into them building a relationship. And yeah, it's super good. Age gap romance. I really like it. I will say my biggest critique, and I'm sure you guys are going to hear all about this a lot, but I will say the writing is a little bit cringe. From Cash's POV, he is British, and I don't know if all British people talk like this, but it seems a little bit heavy-handed to me. I could be wrong though, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, basically. But I really love this book. Next, I want to talk about some of the books that I want to read that I don't own physically, and most of it is actually manga, so I want to get caught up in Spy Family by Tetsuya Endo, and I just recently finished the 5th one, so I believe I need to read 6, 7, and 8, and I'm really loving it. So basically, if you don't know, Spy Family follows Yor, who's an assassin, Lloyd, who is a spy, and their cute little adorable being named Anya, who is a telepath. Yor and Lloyd do not know the other one's true occupation. However, because Anya is a telepath, she actually knows everybody's secrets, and basically Lloyd is trying to infiltrate this huge company and bring it down from the inside, and for that he needs a family and a child to go to this school, and that's where Anya and Yor come in. So it's basically an arranged fake marriage. The end of volume 5 really left off on like a huge cliffhanger, so I'm excited to continue on with that. And then I am also starting Yona of the Dawn. I'm gonna read 1 volume this month. I need to pace myself because if I'm not careful, I'm gonna try to buy the whole series, and I don't have that much money right now. So at least enough money to buy 40 volumes on my Kindle. I don't have that kind of money right now, so I need to pace myself and make it last until I get paid next, so I can buy hopefully the next couple of volumes. But I'm really loving what I've read so far. I'm not really sure what Yona of the Dawn is about, but I think it's a bodyguard romance, possibly. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really know what it's about. I just started it and I really like it, so I'm excited to continue on with that. Next, we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. I'm really excited to read this. I have been putting it off, but I just got the audiobook, so I'm really excited to start on this. Okay, basically, all I know about Babel is that it is a dark academia book examining the racism that is in the dark academia genre. So I'm very excited to read this. I heard that it kind of reads like a textbook sometimes, so I'm interested to see how I feel about that, but I'm excited to read another thing from R.F. Kuang. Still have not finished the Poppy War trilogy. Don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm like low-key really scared to finish that. I know it's going to rip out my heart. But second book, Dragon Republic, I believe it's what it's called. One of my favorite books of all time. It's so phenomenal. I love it. Next, we have Lore Olympus, Volume 3 by Rachel Smythe. Absolutely adore Lore Olympus. I regrettably did not get to this last month, but I'm very excited to continue on with it. If you don't know, I'm gonna kind of flip through the artwork a little bit. This is kind of what the art looks like. It is so cute. I love all the colors, and this is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and it is so cute. I love this series. It is very dark though, so look up trigger warnings if you need to, but yeah, love this series so far. I'm excited to get into this. Next, we have This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi, solely based on the fact that Olivia recently read this and loved it. Why is it snowing? People, it is the 4th of March. It should not be snowing, but it has been snowing all day long, I think. Or maybe just recently, but it's been snowing for too long. Anyways, I do not know what This Woven Kingdom is actually about, but I know that Olivia loves it, and I actually really have a good feeling about this, and yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I have only read one of Tahereh Mafi's other works, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping her adventure into fantasy, because I think the only one I've read by her was a contemporary, I believe, and I really loved it. So I'm excited to see what I think of her fantasy novels. Next, we're going to talk about 4 books that I'm reading for vlogs. So the first one is my dedicated reading vlog to Season Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I'm sorry that this took a pause. This series took a pause. It was unintentional. However, I am working on the second vlog. I'm only 24 pages in though, so take that how you will. But I'm actually annotating this one because I really love it. So it might take me a little bit longer to read, but I am very excited nonetheless to hopefully get this video up for y'all in a timely manner, because this is ridiculous at this point that I haven't finished it. So yep, very excited to read this in March. And last, we have 3 big chunkers of books that I actually think I'll read relatively quickly, and that is the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. Now, I have read these before, however, I do not know how to explain them. I recently bought these secondhand and they're beautiful, and I'm very excited to read them and annotate them and see what I think of them through another reread, because I actually read Ghost of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, and it had these characters, and I think some of the stories made me cry, and I was not privy to how just like absolutely in love with these characters I was until those. So I'm excited to reread these. I will say the first time I remember that I didn't love the plot. However, now that I know what to expect, and now that I'm kind of more of a character-based reader for the most part, I think I'll really enjoy these. Also, it has to be said, I am doing this because I'm feeling major FOMO. Katie from Katie's Reading loves the series, and I want to know what it's all about. I want to know why everybody loves the series so much, and I think with my new lens, I will be able to figure out why everybody loves it. Alright, besties, I am so sorry if the angle has changed. I literally talk way too much, and my camera battery cut me off. So, these are most of the books I plan on reading in March. If you have read any of these, let a girl know which ones are your favorite and which ones I should prioritize for this month. And if you like the video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to, subscribe on your way out. That'd be great, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye everyone.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do.